There's a moment almost every woman has experienced. You catch a man looking at you, and for a split second, his eyes reveal something he never says out loud. It's quick, subtle, and easy to miss. But when a man is truly drawn to you, his stare changes in ways he can't hide, even if he tries. That moment is powerful, because it tells you more about his feelings than anything he could put into words. And that's exactly what this video is going to help you understand. Most people think attraction is all about what someone says or does, but men often express interest in quieter ways. Their eyes linger a little longer. Their expression softens for a second. They look away when you catch them staring. These shifts might seem small, but they are some of the clearest signals that he's thinking about you more than you realize. When you know how to read these signs, you stop guessing and start seeing what's actually happening right in front of you. This video takes you inside those moments. You'll learn why men stare the way they do, how to tell the difference between admiration and habit, and which looks come from genuine attraction. We'll break down the subtle cues that often slip under the radar and explain the emotional meaning behind each one. You'll understand not just what he's doing, but why he's doing it. If you've ever wondered, is he into me, or am I imagining it? This video will give you the clarity you've been missing. By the time you're done, you'll recognize the 7 signs that reveal a man's interest long before he ever says a word. And once you can read his eyes, everything else becomes a whole lot easier. There's a certain kind of stare that doesn't feel like an accident. It lasts a little longer than it should, and even when you look away, you can still feel it. It's the kind of look that makes you wonder what's going on in his mind. This isn't a quick glance or casual eye contact. It's a moment where time stretches just enough for you to notice something different. That lingering stare is often one of the strongest early clues that a man feels drawn to you. Men don't always express attraction through words, especially in the beginning. Some hesitate because they don't want to come on too strong. Others feel unsure and prefer to observe before making a move. But their eyes usually betray what they're trying to keep under control. When a man holds his gaze longer than normal, it can reveal interest he hasn't put into words yet. What makes the lingering stare so powerful is the emotional charge behind it. It's not simply looking, it's studying. He's not just checking you out, he's paying attention. He's reading your mood, trying to understand your energy, and taking in details he finds attractive. And although he may try to keep his expression neutral, that longer look gives him away. You'll also notice that this stare often isn't bold or aggressive. It usually has a softness to it, like he's trying not to be obvious, but can't help himself. Many men use this moment to decide whether they should approach you or wait. It's his way of testing the waters without saying a word. What's interesting is how this stare changes when you meet his eyes. If he looks away quickly, it usually means he wasn't expecting you to catch him, and he's embarrassed, in a good way. If he holds eye contact for a second before breaking it, that often means confidence and intentional interest. Either way, the lingering stare is rarely random. Another hint is repetition. If you catch him doing it more than once during the same interaction, it's not a coincidence. Attraction pulls his attention back to you, even when he's trying to focus on something else. This sign matters because it's one of the earliest indicators of genuine interest. When a man lingers with his eyes, he's revealing more than he thinks. It's a silent signal that you've captured his attention, and possibly much more. There's a certain smile a man gives when he's drawn to someone, and it's nothing like the polite grin he uses with strangers. It's softer, warmer, almost unplanned. You'll see it in the way the corners of his mouth lift before he even realizes he's smiling. It's subtle, but the feeling behind it is impossible to miss once you know what you're looking for. This soft smile is one of the clearest signs that someone feels a spark, even if he's trying hard to keep his cool. What makes this smile so meaningful is that it's usually not deliberate. Men don't practice this kind of expression. It comes out on its own the moment he sees you, or you say something that hits him in the right way. It's a natural emotional response he doesn't fully control. When he looks at you and instantly softens, it suggests he feels comfortable around you. It also hints that he's noticing more than just your appearance. He's reacting to your presence. This smile often appears in small moments. You walk into the room, and his expression shifts instantly. You catch him glancing your way, and he gives that quiet smile before quickly looking down. When someone else is talking, he might look at you and offer the tiniest grin, like he's sharing a private moment with you. These are brief but telling signs that he feels a connection. There's also something gentle about this smile that makes it different from a flirtatious smirk. It doesn't try to impress. It doesn't demand attention. It's more like he's genuinely pleased to see you. That kind of reaction usually comes from interest mixed with affection. Even if the relationship is still in its early stages, pay attention to when this smile appears. If he does it during conversations, he's enjoying your presence more than he's showing. If he does it right before he speaks, he's probably nervous, but trying to stay relaxed. If he does it the moment he spots you, that's one of the strongest indicators that his feelings are growing. The soft smile is powerful because it reveals sincerity. It's honest, unpolished, and revealing. A man may not say what he feels right away, but that small smile shows you exactly where his attention and his heart keeps drifting. There's a moment you may not notice at first. You lean back, and a second later, he does the same. You reach for your drink, and suddenly he's reaching for his. You shift your posture, and he follows without thinking. This subtle echoing of your movements isn't random. It's one of the strongest subconscious signals that he feels drawn to you. People don't mirror someone they're indifferent to. They mirror the person they're connected to. Mirroring is something humans do when they feel comfortable or captivated. It's a natural social instinct, not a planned tactic. A man who's interested in you often falls into your rhythm without realizing it. His body syncs with yours because he's tuned into your presence. He wants to match your energy, your tone, and even your pace. It's his body's quiet way of saying, "I'm with you." You'll notice this most in relaxed settings. If you cross your legs, he may do it soon after. If you lean forward while talking, he might follow. When you smile or laugh, he reacts almost immediately, even before he processes why. This isn't copying, it's alignment. The more he mirrors you, the more invested he is in the moment. Mirroring also goes deeper than body position. Pay attention to his voice and gestures. If you speak softly, he may lower his voice. If you become more animated, he may loosen up and become more expressive. He's adapting to your style because he wants you to feel comfortable around him. It's a sign he's paying close attention, not just to what you're saying, but to how you're saying it. One of the strongest indicators is timing. When his mirroring happens quickly, it shows emotional connection. When it happens repeatedly, it shows attraction. And when it happens even when he's distracted, that's when you know it's not intentional. His interest is doing the work for him. This behavior isn't about imitation, it's about connection. People mirror those they want to understand, impress, or grow closer to. If he's aligning himself with you, it means your presence has pulled him in. His body is communicating something he may not feel ready to say. You matter to him, and he's already trying to build harmony between you. There's a certain kind of attraction a man can't hide, no matter how composed he tries to appear. He may be in the middle of a conversation, checking his phone, or walking across the room, but every few minutes, he glances back at you. Not once, not twice, but repeatedly. These quick, consistent check-ins are one of the clearest signs that you've captured his attention more than he expected. A single glance can be accidental. Even two might be curiosity. But when a man keeps looking back at you, it reveals something deeper. He's drawn to you, trying not to stare, yet unable to stop himself from checking your presence again and again. It's his way of staying connected without stepping into a conversation. Those repeated glances tell you he's thinking about you even when he's pretending not to. What makes this sign so revealing is the mix of instinct and hesitation behind it. If he's confident, his look will be steady, quick but direct. If he's shy or unsure, he'll glance at you and then immediately look away, almost like he got caught doing something he shouldn't. But no matter his personality, repeating this behavior shows his attention is anchored to you. You'll notice this especially in group environments. He may be talking to someone else, but his eyes drift back to you whenever there's a pause. Or he might position himself where he can see you without making it too obvious. Sometimes he'll even angle his body slightly toward you as he keeps track of what you're doing. These behaviors aren't calculated. They're reflexes. And here's the key: men don't repeatedly look at someone who doesn't matter to them. He's checking in because he feels something. Interest, attraction, curiosity, or a pull he's still trying to understand. You've become the highlight of the room for him, and his attention keeps circling back to you like a magnet he can't resist. This sign tells you his thoughts are drifting in your direction long before he ever says a word. His eyes reveal what his voice hasn't expressed yet. When a man keeps looking back at you, it's one of the strongest, most genuine clues that he's drawn to you in a way he's not ready to say out loud. There's a moment that speaks louder than eye contact itself. You catch him looking at you, and the second your eyes meet, he quickly looks away. Not because he's uninterested, but because he feels something he isn't ready to reveal. That shy look away is one of the most honest signs of attraction, especially from a man who doesn't want to risk coming on too strong. It's a small reaction, but it carries a lot of meaning. This look away usually happens when a man gets caught in a moment of curiosity or admiration. He's watching you, studying your expressions, or simply appreciating the way you carry yourself. But when you notice him and hold his gaze, he becomes aware of his feelings. That awareness can trigger a rush of nerves, excitement, and self-consciousness. Instead of holding eye contact, he breaks it because the moment feels too real. For many men, this isn't about fear, it's about vulnerability. A shy look away shows he's thinking about how he appears to you. He doesn't want to look too obvious or risk misreading the moment, so he glances down to the side or anywhere else to hide the sudden burst of emotion. It's a quiet sign that he cares about what you think. The timing of this behavior says a lot. If he looks away immediately and then looks back again a few seconds later, it's a strong hint that he's drawn to you but hesitant. If he smiles or touches his face right after looking away, that's a sign of nervous attraction. His body is reacting before his mind can catch up. You'll also notice that this shy look away often comes with other subtle cues. His posture might shift. He may fidget with his hands or straighten his clothes. His expression may soften for a moment before he composes himself. These are classic signs of someone who wants to impress you but hasn't found the courage to show it openly. What makes this sign so meaningful is its sincerity. You can't fake the mix of surprise, nervousness, and interest that flashes across his face in that split second. A man who doesn't care won't shy away from your gaze. But a man who feels something will. That brief moment of retreat often reveals more about his feelings than any conversation could. The shy look away is quiet, but it's powerful. It's his heart reacting before he has time to think. And that's why it's one of the most telling signs of genuine attraction. There's a difference between chatting casually and someone making a deliberate effort to engage with you. When a man is interested, he'll often initiate small, subtle conversations, not grand declarations, but short, meaningful interactions that allow him to connect without feeling too exposed. This behavior is one of the clearest indicators that he wants to get closer, even if he's keeping it low key. These conversations usually start with everyday topics, asking for your opinion, commenting on something around you, or sharing a small observation. On the surface, they may seem random or casual, but the underlying intention is clear. He's creating opportunities to be near you and to learn more about you. By starting these micro-interactions, he's signaling interest without jumping straight into overt flirting. What makes these conversations significant is the effort behind them. He may ask questions he already knows the answer to, simply to keep the exchange going. He might comment on something you're doing, or mention something that reminds him of you. These small touches of attention are his way of showing that he's paying close notice and values your presence. Another key sign is consistency. If he consistently finds excuses to talk to you, even in passing, it's a strong sign that he's invested in the connection. Men don't typically engage repeatedly, without a reason. Those small conversations are his way of testing the waters and gauging your interest, all while building a subtle rapport. The tone and energy of these interactions matter too. An interested man will smile more, laugh genuinely at your jokes, and seem genuinely curious about your responses. His energy will rise when you respond positively, and he may mirror your tone or expressions to create harmony. These cues make the conversation feel effortless, but they're all part of the subconscious effort to bond. Finally, pay attention to follow-ups. If he remembers details from previous chats or references something you said days earlier, it's a clear signal that you're on his mind. He's not just being polite, he's genuinely engaged. Subtle conversation is more than just words, it's an intentional bridge. It shows interest, curiosity, and the desire to connect without rushing or overwhelming. When a man goes out of his way to engage in these small moments, it's a strong, often overlooked signal that he wants to get closer, emotionally, mentally, and eventually, romantically. There's a look that can stop you in your tracks, the moment a man's eyes light up the second he sees you. It's subtle, yet unmistakable. It's not just recognition, it's excitement, curiosity, and attraction all rolled into one fleeting expression. When his eyes brighten as you enter a room, it's a powerful signal that he's genuinely drawn to you, and it often happens before he even realizes it himself. This reaction is mostly subconscious. Men don't always control how their eyes respond to someone they're interested in. His pupils may dilate slightly, his gaze may fix on you instantly, and his face may soften in a way that shows pleasure at seeing you. Unlike a casual glance, this is involuntary, a natural emotional response. It's a momentary reveal of genuine attraction. What makes this sign so compelling is its honesty. While men can try to mask interest through words or gestures, the eyes are harder to control. When you walk into a space and he visibly brightens, it's an instinctive reaction to your presence. It shows that he's paying attention, noticing more than just your appearance, your energy, your confidence, your smile. All of it captures him at a glance. You'll notice that this brightening often coincides with other subtle signs: a quick smile, a shift in posture, or an almost imperceptible lean toward you. These micro-reactions reinforce the idea that he's emotionally engaged. His brain is registering a positive emotional response, and his body reflects it before his mind can filter it. Another clue is frequency. If this reaction happens consistently whenever you enter a room or approach him, it's a strong indicator that your presence genuinely excites him. Men rarely show repeated involuntary excitement towards someone they're indifferent to. This sign matters because it's pure and immediate. It doesn't require conversation or effort. It's simply a reflection of how he feels in that exact moment. When his eyes brighten, he's communicating something deep and authentic. He notices you, he values your presence, and he feels a spark that goes beyond casual attention. Recognizing this subtle yet powerful cue can give you early insight into his feelings. It's one of the clearest indicators that he's emotionally and mentally drawn to you, long before he finds the words to express it. Catching these signs is exciting, but knowing how to respond is what truly makes a difference. A man's subtle gestures, lingering stares, soft smiles, shy lookaways, or brightened eyes are invitations to connect, but how you react can either deepen the attraction or unintentionally push it away. Responding effectively means balancing curiosity, confidence, and warmth without overthinking every move. The first step is awareness. Recognize the signals without immediately interpreting them as a guarantee of romantic interest. Attraction can be complicated, and while these cues are strong indicators, they work best when combined with the context of his overall behavior. Observing his consistency. Does he mirror your movements repeatedly, start small conversations often, or repeatedly glance your way? Helps you respond with clarity rather than assumptions. Next, reflect his energy subtly. Mirroring is a natural human behavior, and responding in kind can strengthen connection. If he leans forward, you can lean slightly as well. If he smiles softly at you, return it with a gentle, genuine smile. Small, conscious gestures like this show him that you notice, you appreciate his presence, and you're open to the interaction. Confidence is key. A relaxed and confident demeanor signals that you're comfortable with yourself and open to engagement. Avoid overthinking or overanalyzing each gesture. Instead, respond naturally. A brief laugh, a warm nod, or maintaining gentle eye contact communicates that you acknowledge his interest without putting pressure on him or yourself. Engage verbally when appropriate. If he initiates a subtle conversation, respond thoughtfully and reciprocate curiosity. Ask open-ended questions, share small personal details, and maintain a playful yet sincere tone. This not only signals that you're engaged, but also encourages him to feel safe and confident in expressing his feelings further. Finally, set your own pace. Attraction is a two-way street. Responding doesn't mean rushing into intimacy or giving more than you're comfortable with. Small gestures, smiles, and thoughtful interactions allow the connection to grow naturally. When you show interest without overcommitting, you create space for him to reveal his feelings authentically. In short, responding effectively is about acknowledgement, mirroring, and genuine engagement. Notice his signals, meet them with warmth and confidence, and let the interaction unfold organically. By doing this, you turn subtle cues into meaningful connection, building both trust and attraction without forcing the moment. By now, you've learned how to recognize 7 powerful signs that reveal a man's interest. Lingering stares, soft smiles, mirroring your movements, repeated glances, shy lookaways, subtle conversations, and brightened eyes when you enter a room. Each of these cues may seem small on its own, but together they form a clear picture of genuine attraction. The beauty of these signals is that they are often involuntary, honest glimpses into his feelings long before he finds the words to express them. Understanding these signs is about more than decoding behavior. It's about creating awareness and clarity in your interactions. Attraction is complex, and many women find themselves questioning whether a man's actions mean anything. Recognizing these patterns allows you to separate intention from accident, curiosity from genuine interest, and hesitation from true connection. It helps you stop guessing and start seeing the reality of his feelings. But knowing the signs is only half the equation. How you respond is just as important. Observing with curiosity, engaging naturally, and reflecting warmth and confidence encourages a deeper connection. It's not about playing games or overanalyzing every glance. It's about meeting him halfway with authenticity and subtle reciprocity. When both parties are attuned to each other's cues, attraction can grow in a healthy and exciting way. Another key takeaway is patience. These signals often emerge over time. Some men are shy, cautious, or slow to reveal their feelings, while others may be more obvious. By paying attention to repeated behaviors rather than isolated moments, you gain a clearer sense of his intentions. This approach also allows you to protect your own energy, focus on meaningful interactions, and build trust gradually. Ultimately, the goal isn't to manipulate or force a reaction, it's to notice, understand, and respond thoughtfully. Attraction is a two-way street, and when you recognize the subtle signs a man is showing, you equip yourself with insight that can make interactions more confident, more enjoyable, and more authentic. Keep these signs in mind, trust your instincts, and enjoy the process of getting to know someone who is clearly drawn to you. When you combine awareness with natural, confident responses, you create the space for meaningful connection to flourish, one glance, one smile, and one small conversation at a time.